The doctors say 3 months, maybe 4. The cancer has already dragged me past the event horizon, long before the diagnosis. I exist now in what my former colleagues might call a time-like trajectory toward my own personal singularity. Black holes are all I think about. Honestly, it's all I have ever thought about. But now they follow me into my dreams. Sometimes they take me on a pleasant journey until I open my eyes. Other times, they come as sweat-soaked night terrors that jolt me upright, rigid as a corpse, as if my brain wants to give me a preview. "You're in good spirits, Dr. Coleman," Linda says, while she adjusts my IV. I've told her 3 times to call me Margaret, but I understand. Last names are formal, and formality creates distance. "Just thinking about event horizons," I tell her. "You mean like black holes?" "Yes, exactly. Isn't that like the point of no return?" "That's an excellent way to put it." I want to add that terminal cancer operates in much the same way, but decide not to. "All set," Linda finally says. "Hope you're hungry. I made your favorite today." I smile at her. "Thank you, dear." My son Roland visited this morning. I saw the sadness behind his glasses when he handed me science magazines and pictures of my grandchildren. We talked about everything except the one thing actually happening in this room. "Did you see Stark's new paper on quantum gravity?" he asked, placing a personalized copy on my bedside table. Frank Stark, my former doctoral student. Always brilliant, always pushing boundaries. "I hear he finally solved the singularity problem." Roland nodded. "And claims to have unified quantum field theory with general relativity. The mathematics is, well, beyond me." "Nothing is beyond you," I said, clasping his hand. "You just haven't looked at it long enough." It's what I told him as a child when he struggled with the equations, with the cold precision of physics that came so naturally to me. In the end, he chose biology, the messier science of living things. Now he studies cellular death, while I contemplate the cosmic kind. I reach for the paper and read the dedication again. For Dr. Margaret Coleman, who told me that the most important boundaries are the ones we can't see until we've crossed them. Frank understands. His mathematics prove what I've always suspected. Information isn't truly lost in a black hole. Something of what falls in remains encoded at the horizon, a ghost preserved at the boundary between the observable and the inevitable. In the margin, Frank left me a handwritten note. Death is not a place, but a time. Not an ending, but a boundary condition. I rest the paper on my lap and stare out the window. The sun approaches its own horizon, except there is no line where the sun actually touches the ground. It is merely an illusion created by the giant ball beneath our feet. The event horizon of a black hole is not an illusion at all, but a radius at which escape velocity exceeds the speed of light. Once crossed, space and time swap roles, and the center becomes your future. And death? Perhaps it is not the hard stop we imagine, but a boundary of perspective. Not an end to existence, but a transformation of it. Information preserved in quantum fluctuations, at the edge of forever. My pills sit on the table beside me. The doctors call it pain management, but I call it fog. I've been taking half doses, preferring clarity with discomfort. Today I leave them untouched. I want to feel the sunset. I want to be present for the experience. That's the thing about dying. Each moment becomes curved, weighted, dense with gravity. Like light bending around a massive object, consciousness warps around the knowledge of its finitude. Every conversation, every sensation acquires a mass it might not otherwise possess. The snap of chocolate and how it melts on the tongue. The face of a child carrying hopes and dreams that are now behind you. Every touch from another human. Each memory recorded and played back. Every sunset might be the last. I've spent my life studying the most extreme environments in the universe. Now I find myself inside one. The mathematics of my remaining days can be plotted on a graph, a curve approaching zero but never quite reaching it until I join the singularity. Linda returns with a plate of lasagna, my grandmother's favourite, and a cup of amandier blanc, placing them on the tray table and folding it within my reach. "The night nurse is on his way," she tells me. "Don't stay up too late. I'll be here at 7 with fresh croissants." She smiles, warm, professional, with eyes that have seen enough death to know when to leave the dying alone. Like every evening, this could be the last time I see Linda. I mirror her smile and lift a hand in farewell before my gaze drifts back to the window. The sun touches the horizon and spreads like watercolour across the edge of the world. In this light I can almost see it, the boundary not as an ending, but as a transition. On this side, observation. On the other, experience. Frank's equations suggest that data survives the crossing even as it transforms. Nothing truly vanishes. It changes form. It becomes encoded differently. Every subatomic particle is repurposed by a universe that suspended entropy long enough for complexity to emerge. This brings me more comfort than any holy book ever has. I pick up my notebook filled with memories, messages, fragments of consciousness to leave behind. Roland will find it after. He'll recognize the equations interspersed with the text, the diagrams of event horizons alongside family recollections. On the final page, I write, "We fear black holes because they represent the unknown, the complete erasure from reality. We fear death the same way. But what if, like space and time inverting at the event horizon, death is not an ending, but a reorientation? Not a cessation, but a transformation of information." Outside my window, the sun's final arc disappears. I know the physics. It is a virtual echo. The sun has set minutes ago, but air bends the light around the curve of the Earth, granting us a beautiful intermission between reality and perception. In my remaining days, I will examine this boundary from as many angles as I can. I will take notes. I will make observations. And when the time comes to cross over, I will do what I've always done when confronting the universe's great mysteries. I will approach with curiosity rather than fear. I will keep my eyes open. I will pay attention to what happens next.